Hi guys, welcome back. To make this project, you're going to need some cardstock, and I'm using 110-pound cardstock, but you can use the 80-pound as well. These measure 2 by 2. I also have my SpongeBob stickers, and these are those stickers that the image changes when you move them around. I have my colorful paper clips. I'm coordinating cardstock. This is optional, but I'm also using a flower paper punch and a label punch. Step 1 is to create your paperclip base. So I'm going to start off by adding my paperclip to one of the white pieces of cardstock. Again, these measure 2 by 2. Next, you're going to add your wet glue around the paperclip. And then I recommend adding hot glue on top of the paperclip. This will hold the paperclip in place as you press these 2 pieces of cardstock down. Give it a good press. Now, soft warning, where you added the hot glue on top of the paperclip, it does get really hot when you're pressing it down. So I do recommend wearing the rubber fingers or using a spatula or just using a bone folder like you see me doing here to give it a nice press. Now to decorate the base, I'm adding wet glue, and then I'll attach the blue cardstock on top. Give that a nice press as well. Then select a sticker to decorate your base. And that was the hardest part, trying to pick which one of the SpongeBob stickers I wanted to use. Now I don't want to attach the sticker directly to the base, so I'm going to attach it to this coordinating piece of cardstock, giving it a small border around all 4 corners, just like you see me doing here. I'm going to trim the excess. And it looks like this. I'm then going to take this other coordinating piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use this flower punch, and I'm only going to cut half of a flower. This flower is supposed to represent the flowers that you see on the backgrounds of Bikini Bottom. See those flowers? It's supposed to represent that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add glue to it and then attach it to the front of my base. I'm going to glue my SpongeBob sticker right on top of that. I'm going to add it to my base at an angle. And this is how it looks so far. Now to personalize it, just using my computer, I typed out my teacher's name, and I'm using my tag punch to punch it out. Now I am just using regular cardstock, and I want his name to be more of chipboard thickness. So here you'll see that I punch out using a bunch of white scraps, multiple pieces of the same tag, because now I'm gonna glue them all on top of each other to make them the thickness of chipboard. Now I'm going to trim one of the ends, and using hot glue, I'm going to attach it to the front of my base right on top of the sticker. And that's it. This is how it looks. I'm gonna add it to this cardstock just so you can see how it looks when you use it. Super cute. So now I'm going to create a couple more, and I'm going to fast forward through the next 2. For this next one, I'm going to use one of my gel press images. I used two different colors. I wanted the colors to represent Bikini Bottom, right? The bottom of the ocean, the blues and the greens. And for this base, this one measures 1 3/4 by 2. So my first cut is going to be on 1 3/4, and then when I cut the 2-inch, I decided to cut on the center of the image because I wanted both of the colors to show. For the sticker border, I decided to go with this green. And again, just a little tiny border around all 4 corners. I made a total of 4 paper clips. Now to package it up, I'm using some chipboard that measures 4 by 5. I just printed 2 images from Google of Bikini Bottom. Because I wasn't sure how big or small these images were going to print, I was unable to cut the image to a 4 by 5, so I ended up trimming it down to 3.5 by 5. I'm going to use the image to be the back of my cardstock. On the front of my cardstock, I did cut a coordinating piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 5 and attached it to the front. I then cut 2 coordinating strips that measure 3/4 by 8.5. Those strips are what are going to hold my paper clips in place. You'll notice that I start by attaching it to the front. I didn't add any glue to the front. I added the glue on the back side. They're gonna function like a little belly band, and that's how I'm going to slide my paper clips in. So here I'm adding my second piece, again adding the glue on the back side. I'm then going to take that image of Bikini Bottom and glue it to the back side. Don't forget to write your message on the back. And then I'm sliding in my paper clips. I then added this into one of my 4.5 by 5 cellophane bags. And that completes this project. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for joining me. Bye.